We're live, y'all.
Hey.
Woo! Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Saturday to everybody.
Yes. Happy
How y'all
Saturday.
looking this fly on a Saturday morning? That's what I need to know.
Right.
I'm barely making it.
No.
We're not gonna talk about what time it is where I'm at. So
Oh my goodness, that's right.
yeah. So y'all, you know I love you if I'm up at 7:30 on a
Yeah,
Saturday.
we're not the morning.
Let's see the nails.
We're not the morning people.
Alana, need to see the nails. Need to see the nails.
Oh, nice. Cute.
Tiffany blue, and
because you know my eyes see something else.
Oh God.
Whatever. We're not even gonna talk about that.
We don't have to talk about it, but
okay. I mean, I do like the color.
Nice. I used to have a Tiffany blue bathroom.
Oh,
that's cute.
That's very interesting.
Listen, it was interesting. That's all I can say. I painted in my house. I done all the interior paints, and my sister's friend was an excellent painter. Actually, he's a guy from home who moved here, and all of my colors around here are very, like, this is yellow, but it's a very kind of neutral situation going on. So he's like, Wait, you need something more exciting. You need something that's, he said, we need to create a spa, like, look in your bathroom. And I was like, okay. And I said, you know me, I'm kind of a, just everything is always the same. Mm-hmm. And so I said, well, I'll let you kind of choose the color. So I left, it was Mother's Day weekend. My sister, maybe it wasn't Mother's Day because she would have gone home. But anyway, I left one weekend. I went home to Kansas City. My sister did not go. All I can tell you is that the two of them were here. And when I got back, the bathroom was Tiffany blue. One of my friends.
Oh my God.
Your bathroom is very bright. It's very colorful. And I was like, eh. So yeah, I had the Tiffany blue bathroom for about 7 years. But anyway, we fixed that during the pandemic. All right. That was an off story for no reason, but that's what we do.
No, that's okay. Well, here's the thing. You know what? My house is white. I painted all the walls white. I felt like that made it brighter. But yeah, right now I'm struggling. I need to get some more artwork and put the other artwork that I have up since, I made a secret silent move. So, Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna have a drink on that one.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of things have transpired. My girlfriends have just gotten me up and out. This is the up and out for TK. So I am so happy I'm up and out, but you all know TK only comes with just a very, very, very few Zoom outfits and a very few online clothing.
Hilarious.
I don't know about anybody else, but you know what? In this season, Saints, the wardrobe choices have not been that many, and I'm okay with that. I am totally fine with all of that, and I'm okay. So I have chosen what those Zoom outfits were going to be for a birthday celebration, church anniversary, meetings. So
all of that.
It's just three. So if you happen to come to all three, you're going to see whatever those three. Yeah, that's it.
But wait.
I don't have a lot of energy.
I have a question though. Can we talk about these glasses? Let's talk about these glasses.
Y'all, these are.
Let's talk about these glasses.
No. These are the exact same glasses. I promise. They probably just look at Chantelle. She throwing her lip
exactly.
I'm not sure. They are the exact. I promise you. I am a minimalist. People do not believe it, but I am a minimalist to my heart. These are the exact same. I promise. Just like this is the exact same Zoom outfit. It is the exact same pair of glasses. Thank you, Matasha. I see you saying that you have 4 Zoom tops. Exactly. I am telling you, these are the exact same glasses. If you guys go back, press play, I promise it's the exact same pair. Mm. They might look different, but they're the exact same pair.
Well, I'm glad you joined the movement. I'm glad you
she got on board.
Yeah.
But you know what? These are very old. These were an AIM pair of glasses that we had to wear black and white for about 4 years ago. And this was I had on some suspenders, some black and white suspenders, a big old puffy white white and black tutu skirt with polka dots. And these were the glasses. I had on a little bow tie. And it was just, these are the same glasses. I don't shop. I'm not a shopper. So this is just something that, you know, it is what it is, Saints.
Yeah.
Well,
I've been trying to pull you over to the shopping. We're pulling you over to the shopping side.
I'll shop for
Now,
you.
I'm a foodie. I will spend my money on food, but you know, if I had to make a choice between an outfit and food, I more than likely would choose food.
Okay. Well, I can join you in that ministry as well. Amen.
Yes. Amen. Amen.
So yes, this is where it resides for me. I am not, you know, that big on a lot of things. So you guys are pulling me up. Y'all are pulling me up.
See, that's what
You're leveling me out. You're
coming.
leveling me out. No, because somebody said to me this week, why don't you just have like basic Zoom outfits? And I was like, because they're going to say that she doesn't have but 4 outfits. And they're like, why do you care? And I was like, you know what? Because one of my fellow YouTubers, and hold on, we didn't say hello to everybody. Good morning, y'all. We just got in here doing what we're doing. We forgot we got friends joining us. This is just a girlfriend.
I'm getting ready to share this with one of my friends. I'm going to tag one of my friends.
Yes, this is just our little meetup. We haven't done this in a while. I think I've been a slacker, but we'll get back to that in a moment. But Waynell, Chantelle, Alana, TK, we're all just here hanging out and this morning. And
the girlfriend.
We don't have an agenda. We don't know what we'll talk about. This is kind of we'll flow as we go. This is a mental health check-in. It kind of started during the pandemic when we were just kind of just wanting that sisterhood, fellowship, and connection. So we did it. It was fun. And now here we are. We're just here drinking coffee and talking. So now let's go back to this Zoom outfit situation because Sister Matasha is saying the same thing, that she's got 4 outfits. And I was like, oh, I can do that. But my fellow YouTuber has a polo shirt. He's a pastor and he wears, I think, his polo shirt in 2, maybe 3 colors. That's what you're getting, is that polo shirt.
Basically.
Yeah, and I was like,
I mean, I don't even have the energy, Waynell, to go back and see, hey, did I have this one on the last time? That's me. I like I said, for my heart.
Energy, because somebody asked me, do you keep a list? And I was like, no.
A list?
A list.
I know people who kept lists of what they've had on. I was like, that's
no. No, I am that person.
Yeah,
I am
Tanisha Sims is up this morning.
Hey, Tanisha.
Oh my gosh. She up early. April
is here too.
Yeah, she's in Central Time with us. So we're on that moderate, you know, those who are up in California, they get extra brownie points.
Right.
Hey, April.
Listen.
Hey, y'all, my husband is chiming in and he's at work.
Hi.
Hey, they got me up. They got me up and out.
Listen, we're not gonna talk about this California stuff. You know I love y'all because I already told you it's 7:47. Amen. Amen.
And she is here.
And I'm here. With makeup on.
Yeah.
Makeup on.
And we got our black tees on today. Yes.
I was trying to be, you know, a Delta because that's what I am. So,
just keep showing the fingernails, honey.
Okay. Next time I'm gonna have on red fingernail polish. Next time I'm gonna have on red fingernail polish.
No, you can keep the blue. Just make it a little darker.
Oh! I forgot about that. That was some shade.
I'm just gonna sip my coffee over here while y'all work that out.
You can keep that. You can keep that little pink, but you know, just make the blue a little darker. Be fine.
Whatever. I don't have any blue fingernail polish, ma'am.
Oh, okay. All right. I was just checking. I mean, you had on a shade of it. I just thought maybe, hey.
So are y'all doing anything interesting for the weekend? When I was up getting dressed this morning, I was hearing all the CDC updates, and they were saying that this is the first major holiday since a lot of the states have gone or started relaxing the mask mandates, etc. So how are y'all feeling? How are y'all moving? What are you thinking? Sister Victoria's cheering for the blue fam. Here we go. The blue fam.
Listen, everything is remaining the same over here. Holiness.
Yeah.
Keep our mask on.
Yes.
Social distance.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Wave to the people. God bless you.
Yeah.
I have been inside. I've been inside for the most part since the mandate hit in March of 2020. So for me to be up and out is not going to be something that's very easy for me. But, as we start to open the world and do those different things, perhaps I'll start moving about. But as for right now, as Chantelle stated, I will continue to wear my mask simply because, there are just so many people out here. You all know we couldn't tell who had COVID, just like you can't tell if anyone has the flu or any other symptom of some other sickness. So we're just going to remain cautious and take those necessary precautions and allow the world to go ahead and open and then just, filter into that, but remain very, very safe.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything either over here in Holiness. Double mask when I go out, actually.
Yeah.
I'm going to be home. I still have a couple things I need to do, with regard to my transition, but I'm just still playing it safe. I did catch a flight a couple of weeks ago to Tennessee, and I was quite surprised at how full the flight was. So, it was probably about 80% full. There were no middle seats blocked off, and I thought when I booked the flight, it was the last flight to Nashville. So I'm thinking, 7 p.m. It shouldn't be too many people. Full flight, kids. I mean, it was a little nerve wracking at first, but I just put on my ear pods and I tried to go to sleep. And I thought it was also interesting that the airlines are not serving any type of food or beverages, limited. So we only have 4 options: water, Sprite, Coke, and I forgot there was one other thing. And what's interesting, there was a group of young ladies sitting across from me, and they were going on a bachelorette party. So they were already turned up, but when they got on the flight. So when the flight attendant came by, with the little card saying, "Hey, here are the options," one of the young ladies said, "Well, you don't have any alcohol?" And she was ready. And I was like, "Ma'am, she just told you we only have 4 options." And so she just kept pressing the flight attendant. And I was like, please don't let this turn into some drama in the air, because And I thought my strategy was good. So my strategy was I was going to sit at the back of the plane, thinking that there wouldn't be a lot of folks. But it was fine. I felt okay once I got on the on board. I still have my hand sanitizer, the wipes, because I do that anyway, germaphobe. So yeah, but I felt fine. But all that being said, I'm gonna be home for the weekend and just rest.
Yeah, I've flown a few times, quite honestly, and I mean, I'll be honest. I'm like you. I'm double masked. Now I don't have a whole hazmat suit. I'm not doing it like that. But when I get on, I mean, I have. Oh, it's not over here. I have this little bag, and inside of my bag, I have a couple of the travel size Lysols in possession still. I decided against Clorox wipes, but I do have antibacterial wipes, and here's why: Clorox wipes are Clorox, and I think people have destroyed some clothes not realizing that the wipes are Clorox. So I don't want to wipe the seat down with Clorox and sit on and be like, "Oh, that's bad back there."
Right.
So, but I do wipe everything down, including the windows and everything, because the truth is. And I'm not just going to shade the airlines. I think a lot of establishments and the airlines, they did a lot of things to kind of build our confidence to get us to come back out. But now that things are sort of normalizing, like there was one particular store I went in earlier and they were spraying, like literally there's a person spraying and wiping a basket and handing it to you. Now they like, every man for himself, get you a basket. And I'm not even seeing the baskets being sanitized. So I think, I said the same thing, when I flew last year once, and they were, you could tell the extra care was there, but I got on a plane last week and I could see the nose mark on the window. And I was like, y'all haven't wiped nothing down. Moreover, if there are people coming off and we're reboarding, then I know you haven't had time to sanitize anything. And so I do that for myself. And then I just kind of get in my space and I sit and I stay. But like you, I was a little surprised to be on I've been on 2 completely full flights and I was like sitting like this. Because I didn't want the person to touch me.
Literally. So here's what I did on my flight coming back from Nashville. My godbrother was like, here's a trick. Sit in the exit row. He said, most people don't want to sit in the exit row. He said, and then put your purse in the seat next to you. So I was like, okay, let me try that. So sure enough, I sat in the exit row, put my purse in the seat. Do you know I end up having no one sit next to me?
Really? Because I know guys like the exit row, especially tall guys, for the extra leg room.
So the row behind me, the guy sat on the end so he could have the leg space, but the actual seat next to me, nobody sat next to me. I was like, clutch, winning.
Now I'm a Southwest snob, y'all know that. So I won't call my other friend out, but he taught me this: get on and sit in the middle seat. And I also know how to, on the board on Southwest, they will now tell you on the board how full. There's it's a graphic, and it will tell you how full the flight is. And so if you know that the flight is not full, then I just get on and I sit in the middle seat. And I hear them saying, please, don't. I hear you. You. I'm saving these seats for my special friends. I don't see any of my special friends yet. Right. But if you sit in the middle, very rarely will somebody be like, hey, can I sit? You sit in the middle and get real busy on your phone.
Right.
Exactly.
Real busy.
So they're giving you all of these special tips, you all. They're giving you these tips, Waynell and Alana. They're giving these tips because they want us to still remain safe and sound. You keep hearing them say they're double masked, and we're still doing the same thing. So I'm looking at some of the comments out here, and people are certainly saying that they're continuing. They're agreeing with you all that they're wearing their mask outside, and they are, and that Lysol wipes or something else outside of the bleach wipes are better. Even Vincent has stated that he's warming his coffee back up because he feels like he's listening to a CBS morning show. So, since you're warming back up your coffee, let's get into these coffee cups. Coffee cups.
Okay.
Friend.
He's warming up his coffee, and listen. I don't know though.
Before we get to that, can I say one more thing?
Yes, I want to know: have you guys drank or eaten anything on the plane, on the flight?
Absolutely not.
No, ma'am.
Absolutely not.
No, ma'am. I bring my own snacks. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
No, because I didn't realize that they were serving. I didn't realize they were serving on the flight. So when you said that, I'm like,
even if I'm eating a mint, I slide it up under my mask like this.
Literally. Okay, so on my Southwest flight, how on the flights they give you those little plastic cups or whatever. Right. So that was all you got. You didn't get a can, at all. At least on my flight. So it was literally like the cup with the ice, and I was like, yeah, no.
Not the ice.
And then the snack pack was literally like a package of
a little mix thing,
brownie bites and crackers. That's what I got on my
plate. Brownie bites.
That was it. Like you got two packages, and that was it.
No, you over here saying that was it, and we like brownie bites.
Brownie bites.
We got the little yellow pack that has like the pretzels, the little round. I probably got one of my backpacks.
No, we have brownie bites. Then we have brownie bites.
See, that's what happens when you're fancy. Hey! Well, I can tell you this. So again, I've been a Southwest snob for many years, and I love them. But I can also talk about the things that I wish they would do differently. But even before the pandemic, I did not take the onboard beverages because in my mind, I just can't. I don't understand why there are these open cups and you're walking through the aircraft like this while you serve them. So every time I go into the airport, I'm saying to one of my friends, do I really want to buy this $4 bottle of water? And the answer is no, but I take my own bottle of water on board with me because I like the whole idea of the lid. Mm-hmm. And even with my bottle of water, I may take a straw and stick it down in there. So if I have to slide it up under because we're not taking that off. So I don't want to eat. I don't want to drink. And I certainly don't want you carrying my stuff through the aircraft in an open cabin like that. I'm that girl at the restaurant who, when your server brings your stuff, I move my water all the way to the back of the table because before the pandemic, I can see the flecks flying out of your mouth while you talk to me. Exactly. That's not a thing. Yeah. So can I get you anything? I don't, but I've been a germaphobe for a long time. So the pandemic has not helped my case. No. And I'm going to try, maybe Chantelle needs to talk to me offline about all my extraness, but I can't. I don't know what it is. I just don't like people in their cooties. I just don't know.
I don't.
And I'm with Sister Natasha. Like she mentioned, she's still inside of her pod. Like I still think about that. Like who's around me and where have you been?
Where exactly?
Right. I actually lost a friend in the pandemic because I wasn't real. It was like, well, I don't have anything. I don't know because you got with a lot of people.
Exactly. I don't know where you've been. So, been around.
So anyway, but yeah, I don't. On the plane, no, I don't eat, I don't drink. We just trust the Lord till we get there. Fast a little bit.
Right on.
I'm fasting this morning. So.
And there's something just about being in the airport, I think, that just makes you automatically feel like you have to have something on the plane. I don't know what that is. For me, it's like when I'm in the airport, I just have to have that cup of coffee. I have to have something. It's just almost like I know that I need it, but I don't need it. So I'm with you. I will pack my own snacks and purchase that $12 bag of Doritos just because I know that I'm in the airport. Like mentally something happens when I'm in the airport. It's like you have to buy something. So I don't know what that is all about. But again, it's food. So I mean, it's all right. That's who I am. I am that person. I am a foodie. And so it just mentally clicks for me that I have to have something close that I can control when I'm on the airplane. So regardless of what happens, I always have something, whether I eat it or not. So I don't know what that is all about, but maybe I need a private session too with that specialist with them yellow glasses.
I'm not sure. This Saturday.
I think we all got problems.
I think a couple more years is gonna take care of that coffee drinking in the airport because let me tell you what I'm not trying to do. I am not trying to go to the ladies, to the kind of not even ladies room, to the restroom on that airplane. I'm not trying to do that. So time is going to take care of that drinking too much before you get on the plane situation.
That part.
I got a couple years on you so I can say that. We getting up coffee in the airport. I'm not drinking anything before I fly.
Not at all. Not at all.
Can't get up.
No, stop it.
Not at all.
This is so refreshing.
The bladder changes after you join a certain number. The bladder changes after you get to a certain number. Praise the Lord.
Well, everybody, now you have it. If you didn't know, now you know.
You didn't know because I'm going to say this because we're all part of the Church of God in Christ. And I was like, I told some folks, I said, I'm mad at y'all. And they were like, why? I said, because you were ahead of me on the time chart and y'all were telling us all this other stuff in the YWCC. This is what you should have been telling us right here.
Yes.
Tell us how this thing right here, this part right in here works. Because I'm just now getting into this part right here. And I was like, you didn't tell me that part.
This is that age range where, and I'm saying age range because although a few of us may be younger or older, we're still in the same age bracket. And the fact of the matter is that there is a space in between these elements of church where we do get lost. We're too young for certain departments and we're too old for others. And so, most of us are just kind of in this bucket now. And we're like, hey, where do you go? What do we do? What do we talk about? And so we try to filter and find ourselves. So listen, since we don't know where that space is and we're filtering and finding, you all can catch Waynell and Chantelle out here in these Kojic streets. They be out there, honey. They be out there. They be all over the place. So they're telling us now what we probably did not get in these little private lessons. They did teach us how to, keep a nice home. And, they taught us how to raise children and things of that nature. They did. But, as it was just stated, they didn't tell you that some of those other things do change. And you know what? It's affected when you go to places like the airplane. So this generation, this Gen X, we likes to travel. We loves to travel. And that's why, I encourage single women to go ahead and travel. When I was single, I traveled. I just would get on a plane and would go where I wanted to go. I didn't wait for anybody to go with me, but of course, you all know, most of you that know me know I'm pretty much a loner anyway, and I just would get on the plane and go. I see something that I wanted to do, and I'd go do it, and didn't really wait and have a lot of that extra connectivity. But this is why I like this space right here, because the second movement. This is why I like this space, because we're able to now to come together and share these things with each other. And ironically, we fought the same battles. We have the same stories. And just like A-Rob there was able to agree quickly with Waynell, just even about some of the things that we go through physically in our bodies. It's something that we should talk about. It's something that we should express. And even with this massive pandemic that we've all come through and hopefully prayerfully coming out of, we have to remain connected. We have to be transparent. If anything, we've learned anything about this space, we've learned transparency. Yes. We've learned the art of connectivity. We've learned how, competition really doesn't have a place in our lives. And as I've stated right now, I realize that I don't have anyone to impress. And that's why, Waynell, it was very easy for me to choose. This is the blouse for birthday parties on Zoom. This is the outfit that's after 9. And this is what you're going to get for the church services. Amen. Whether I'm speaking, if I'm there all 3 nights, God bless. As long as them 2 underarms still smell all right, praise the Lord. It is what it is. If you think I need a wardrobe change, then, call me. I'm okay with that. But, I realize that, we don't have, and we don't impress people. We don't impress people, I think, intentionally. We don't try to do that. But in our cognition, when we go places, we're like, man, it's so much weight on our mind. Like, what did I wear the last time? Who's going to be there? But this space has truly taught me that, hey, there's nobody to impress, TK. If you're called in to do something. Now, by no means am I telling anybody to have 3 Zoom outfits. And really, ironically, that's, somewhat facetious in a sense, because depending on what you're doing, of course, you're going to, change that top. I don't know about what the bottom is going to be looking like, but we're going to change the top. But, but I'm just saying, I'm being very open and very transparent about this, that we really had no one to impress in this space but 2 people, God and ourselves. And it's like, this is what I have to give at this point. I don't have anybody to compete against. All 4 of us now, we've learned that we are our own people. We did not know each other.
That's the crazy part. That's crazy.
Right. We met in this space. We met in Zoom. We met socially. We met online. I and Waynell's conversation was vendor client. That's how we started out. Can you make this t-shirt for me? This is the design. Can you do it? When can I get it back? That was the extent of our conversation. Until we started to build that relationship. I met Chantelle in a book project during 2020, not knowing who she was. I just heard about this licensed professional counselor, and she was going to be assisting in this book project. That's where I met her. Alana, I met Alana she's called me, what?
Ma'am of God.
Ma'am of God. That is what she's called me. And that's how we met. And it was literally client vendor relationship. But I'm saying right now, we don't have anybody to impress. And I hope you guys, when we come out of this, that we remain in that mindset that it is God who we have to please and not people. So yes, I'm so thankful for, yes, Tanisha, ma'am of God, trust me. And when she says it, when she calls it out, whether it's written or verbal, I just bust out laughing. I don't know where she got that from.
I don't even know where that came from. I don't know.
But that's why I love you all. And I loved how we came together, even in this space called Girlfriends. And, it's hard. And, a lot of us are the strength of whatever group we're in. We're the strength of our families. We're the strength of, we're the backbones of churches, and we do a lot, and sometimes those who are strong do not have a space to just be vulnerable. And this is that space. This is that time. And this is when we say, hey, I'm open. This is me. This is what I'm going through. And I just, and we've been able to share, the 4 of us have been able to share our personal feelings in a way that, I don't think we would have had we not known one another. We've been able to say, hey, I just really don't feel that. I don't like this. This is my opinion about something. And it's been wonderful.
I think for me, just to add to that, is it's an organic relationship that we all have. Like you said, TK, even though we all didn't know each other globally per se, right? When we came together, it was so organic. It was as if we had known each other for years, literally. Like, for me, Chantelle, I met Chantelle literally, I think on our very first girlfriend.
Right.
Like, hi. Just like, hey. I mean, just, so for me, it was organic. It's been completely organic, and I feel safe with the three of you. Because like TK said, we've had some private, personal conversations that I don't know that you would have with someone that you just meet. So for me, it's organic, and I love organic relationships. And so I'm excited to see where this continues to blossom and develop.
Yes, and shout out to our mastermind who said, you know what, ladies, I think that we all should just get together. So
literally over coffee. That was
coffee because we love it.
And it took off from there, literally.
Waynell did do that, and I, you know, it was great. Waynell did it, and you know, and then it was about promoting and pushing others, and I just really enjoyed that. That was just wonderful. So yeah, we're still here, and I love it. You know,
I appreciate it. I do. I appreciate it, and I was thinking this week just about, like, again, because the world is starting to open back up, obviously there's this kind of busyness that's coming back along with it. And in the last maybe 10 days, I have felt very busy. Like that feeling that I said I didn't want to feel again, like that overwhelming. Like there were parts of the pandemic that were like, because there was, when everything shut down, it was a chance for us all to see what we've been doing. And so as people are moving, the first thing I said was, whoa, I don't want to get back into feeling like that, felt like that level of busyness again. I don't want to feel that. But then I literally, I am going to sit on Chantelle's couch one day. But I asked myself, I was like, how do you get into this? And what are you doing, right? And I realized that I think in all honesty, like, I think I want to be careful. I want to put it this way. As I was thinking about it with myself on my own couch, like, I don't want busyness to be how people value me in their space. I don't want my value to be only the work that I do or the ways that I make their life easier or I change. Like, I appreciate this space because there is not an expectation. Correct. And nothing about our relationships has been about what we produce or deliver or anything. There's not even an ask in there. And so that's why this has been a very different space for me. And that's one of the things, like coming out of the pandemic, I want that to be different. And I've been saying to people like, oh, Waynell is not coming back. And that's been kind of hard for some people to digest because I'm not jumping back into everything and I'm not saying yes to everything. And I come out with some different responsibilities as well. And so there will be some things that I I don't even have the capacity to do. And I know that coming out, I don't want to carry anybody. I know that I've spent some time carrying a lot of relationship responsibility.
Listen.
I'm good.
A whole word.
It's called boundaries. Listen, the game has changed over here in holiness. Boundaries. And so I completely agree with that.
Yes.
So Chantelle, from a mental health perspective, I'm sorry. From a mental health perspective of what Waynell was just speaking about, from that perspective, not to make you work this morning, but you know, I do want to say, you know, because let me tell you, mental health professionals and the self-care conversation has always been here, right? It was lifted during the pandemic. It wasn't that you all didn't exist. I mean, you didn't become a licensed counselor during 2020. Right. Obviously, you were already that. And so, you know, when you speak about boundaries and when you speak about Waynell saying, hey, I don't want to get back into the busyness, because we can all agree that we were busy because people rely, you know, when people can rely on you and they can count on you and they know that, hey, if I just call away, she's going to get it done. You know, you're the getter doner, you know how to get it done. So people really don't even reach out to others because they know, hey, I can count on you. And when I get it back, I'm not going to have any questions or anything. So we find ourselves involved in so much of everyone else's initiatives and lives that we do put ourselves on the back burner. And I'm going to tell you, 2020, I was able to accomplish some things that I know had we not had that stop, I would not have been able to accomplish successfully. So from a mental health standpoint, I just want you to tell this audience that's on here right now that, really, we talked about it being okay to say no in 2019, but really in 2020, that conversation was lifted. But, I want people to know from you, like, that's not a bad thing. It's really not a bad thing.
No, and self-care is not selfish. It's self-preservation.
I want you to talk about that pulpit statement. Make sure you say that.
Wait, honey, let me tell you. I need to send you an offering for that because that was profound. So I need you to tell the people.
And you saw our girl Waynell goes back to look. Okay, that's an insight.
Exactly. Okay, I'm sorry.
So what we said, the pulpit and the professional must partner for us to be well. And so yes, we gotta take care of ourselves. I don't want to go back to what we used to do. It wasn't good for us. It was not healthy for our mental states, for our bodies, for our physical bodies. All that running and ripping we were doing, all that 2, 3, 4 services every Sunday. No, ma'am, I don't want to do it again. So yeah, I am careful in my yes now. Mm-hmm. I think we all need to be more mindful of our yes now. Like, I want to do the things that I enjoy, the things that I love, the things that bring me joy and fulfillment. So I choose my yes very carefully now because I don't want to be back in that space of running constantly. Now, I will say, this week I had a little stretch of running. But I don't want to go back to where I was. So I can take a week of it, but I don't want to do that every week. And I want us to be mindful of our yes and very more diligent with your no.
I love what you just said. Yeah, and about that creating like joy for yourself. I am very maybe 3 weeks ago. Yeah, beginning of May. I don't know what it was. I just had this kind of feeling like I'm just over it. And not just like, oh, I'm over being inside. That's not it. It was just literally like this feeling like I just want to get away. It's just, I just want to get away. I just want something different. And so I had planned this little impromptu trip that didn't quite work out last week to go to Destin. But that was because of weather here in Dallas. But to your point, like I have been very intentional now as I look through, even through the summer and through the rest of the year, about finding ways to create joy for me. I think this last season, not only was there kind of this social isolation and all that, but a lot of people got off the scene, right? And so that kind of in my own way, it makes me think about my own mortality, not in terms of, oh, I'm afraid of dying, but I want to max living. Like whatever that is, I want to max living, and I don't want to look back over my life and go, my entire life was just spent, doing church and doing, no, like I want to make sure that I am creating those family memories and doing those things that are important to me, that brings that level of balance. And I think that makes me a better servant in those spaces where I do serve in ministry. It makes me a better employee. And then it just makes me a better all around person. So I am committed to me. Yep. As much as everybody else in this next season. I make me a priority. I really do. And I haven't always done that. I really haven't.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, and I just had a conversation yesterday with my god sister about boundaries and self-care. And I told her, I said, I'm officially about to become more selfish about me, my time, the who. I had a little challenge this week, and it just kind of put things into further perspective. I've always been big on self-care anyway, and taking care of myself and doing me, A-Rob. Mm-hmm. But after this little challenge I had earlier this week, I said, yeah, I'm about to elevate this on another level, because like you just said, Waynell, like I'm going to take care of me. I am my first priority. So everybody else, if you're not Dr. Mama or my sister, it doesn't matter. So
live, lady.
Hey, listen. Yeah. I love that. I actually yesterday had the opportunity at my job to work with a few of my colleagues on, I won't call it self-care, but just doing something outside of our job. So we did a breathing exercise, And where you just have to focus on being in that moment of breathing. And so if the audience out there is okay with it, and I'm just going to throw this wrench in the game. And if we're okay with it, we're just going to do it here on the Girlfriends show. And we're going to do that. So everybody just kind of, if you're in a situation where you can just kind of sit up, and y'all see how impromptu this stuff is. We've not practiced. Ain't nobody said nothing. And I have my coffee warmer right here. So my coffee is being warmed at the same time. So
wait, coffee warmer, what? Oh, I'm sorry, wait, let me
oh yeah, it's a coffee warmer where you
just that's not in the chat. Where's the link?
Right. Okay, let me focus.
Yeah, see, bring it back in, sister. Okay. Y'all just be looking for a way to spend $1. Oh my Lord. I'm gonna get y'all. Listen. So look, so what you do is you sit up and you posture yourself with your hands on your hands on your knees, and you just close your eyes and you take a deep breath in. And you just hold that breath and you focus on the fact that you are breathing. And now slowly exhale. Now do it again. Inhale. And while you're inhaling, your mind is probably wondering, like, people are looking at me like I'm weird or this is crazy. But bring your mind back to the focal point of breathing and exhale. Very slowly. Now open your eyes. You can do this as many times as you need to. But the point is that we don't even realize that our body is breathing involuntarily. We're not making it breathe. Of course, we know that it is God who is allowing us to enjoy life. But we don't even take time to understand that our body is actually doing something on its own. And that's so important. And you have to center your mind. You have to bring your mind into what you're doing in that moment. Because if you're thinking about something else, you're thinking about the future, what's happening right now. And in that moment of breathing, we can close our eyes again. And you can kind of start relaxing your muscles. Take a deep breath in. I hope you all are out there doing it too. Deep breath in. Come on. And now exhale very slowly. Just relieve yourself of whatever you thought this Saturday was going to bring that was negative. And just kind of move your head around, relax your shoulders. And you can open your eyes. There's a lot in this moment that you could be doing, but the fact that you gave that moment to say, I had an opportunity to inhale and exhale. That's when you start to understand things that are happening in the moment and what you are to be grateful for right now. And so I hope that somebody out there did that with us. And it just sometimes feels weird, because we are not taught to do those types of things. We don't say that we center ourselves because, in our denomination, we don't believe in that, but that is exactly what it is. It is a centering. Thanks, Tanisha. And I just want us to start taking the time for those moments and just know that, hey, if your mind starts wandering off, you can't control that, but you can control bringing it back to the moment of breath. So that's right. When you breathe in all the success you desire and all of the negativity comes out. I love that, Victoria. That's perfect. So I wanted to bring that exercise out.
Thank you, TK.
Yep, I love it. Hey, Jessica.
Hey, Ashley. Hey.
I love it.
I see some of my West Coasters tuning in.
They up with you.
Don't leave me hanging here. Don't leave me hanging. Now, okay, so I'm gonna transition us real quick.
Okay.
Real quick. So
right before you transition, we have two Pink sisters on here. I just really wanted to acknowledge them. Pink sisters, meaning they are breast cancer survivors, Tanisha and Phaedra. Phaedra is, Tanisha. Listen, we're praying for their health. And I saw Pink sisters. I just wanted to give them a shout out. I just saw that. Phaedra and Tanisha. We're praying for you always.
Thank you for joining. I'm tagging folks from the West Coast. Like I said, I need my West Coasters to be up here with me right now.
It's all you now, sister.
Okay. So some of you all know Takeitha or TK. She has a business called Working the Dash, right?
Right.
So girlfriend support, that's what we do. So Takeitha or TK, I keep calling you, look, you are Mama God. Let me just call you who you are.
Mama God. Let's go there.
So she has a product that all of us girlfriends purchased, which is a coffee mug. Now, I'm a Delta, so I'm team red for everything. So when I bought the mug and it arrived, I thought something was wrong with the mug because the handle is in the back. Now, those of us that drink coffee or tea, normally the handle is on the side, not the back. So let me show y'all what I'm talking about. This is the front of the mug. Shouldn't the handle be right here? Shouldn't the handle be right here? Ask me where it is. What is this? So I was like, Takeitha, I think your vendor messed up the mug. I hit her up quickly, like something is wrong with this mug. Why is the handle on the back? Help me understand. And she was like, Alana, your brain. I'm like, no. This handle is supposed to be on the side, not on the back. After we talked about it, I said, but you know what? That's actually pretty creative. I would have never thought about putting the handle on the back of the mug.
Well, it's all about your perspective, sister. Because I
didn't know that at the time.
You didn't, and another person on here didn't either. We're not gonna call out that Sunday school girl's name.
Right. So great minds think alike. So she and I are not crazy. So nonetheless, today we are drinking from our back-handled coffee mugs. Okay, mine is in red, of course, because Team Delta, red is the color. But Takeitha or TK, tell us, how did you come up with this concept of the handle on the back?
Well, listen, I didn't. It really was a mistake. And when it was brought to my attention, hey, TK, I think something is wrong with this mug. That was by Waynell, let me tell you. And I said I wasn't going to call Waynell's name, but I called it. She was like, sister, have you checked your mug? Because something is wrong. It's like defective. It's something wrong with it. You need to get it right. I said, okay. So I'm looking at it. I'm like, I was like, at first I was slightly embarrassed because I'm like, oh my Lord, these folks done ordered these mugs and it is all the way backwards. But hey, Glory, listen.
I cannot.
I started saying, Holy Ghost, download me something down here. Tell me why this is wrong. And what I looked at.
Hey, Glory, go ahead.
Listen, when I looked at this mug, y'all, I said to my good sister Waynell, I said, listen, any way you hold this cup, you're going to be able to see this. So really, so if I hold it to the side like this and I'm at the office, excuse the lipstick. I don't like lipstick on cups.
I know.
If I'm at the office and I hold it this way, you're going to be able to see this message. If I'm at the office and I hold it this way, you're going to be able to see this message. So you know what I said? Hey, it's a wealthy mistake.
It's cute.
Let's keep it moving.
It's cute, but I was completely thrown off. I was like, what is happening here?
So I think, yes, I'm always ready to pivot, Miss Powell. I promise you, Cheryl. I looked at this. I said, you know what? If my handle was correct and this message was properly placed on this cup, you can only see it. You can only see the message one way if you held the cup. So I said, hey, Waynell, you know what? As I'm looking at this cup again, I'm gonna keep it. But can I just say right there, may I interject? Even though my girlfriends checked me on my cup, right? You know what? It was, I had one or two options. No, I'm going to make a really good point. And I hope now, you know, when people say this is going to make you laugh and it don't make you laugh, or if they say, I'm going to make a really good point and it's not so great. But anyway, I'm going to make a really good point. I'm going to make a good point here. So y'all need to agree that it's good when I'm done. So I'm going to make a good point. So my point is, I could have, in that moment, I had two choices. I could have gotten really mad at my girlfriends for checking my cup, or I could have made a change, right? So my point to all of that is that if you have people in your circle, you have people in your life that really have your best interest at heart, do you really think they wanted to tell me that this cup might be backwards? Probably not. But the fact that they had my best interest at heart, and they were the ones, really, they were the testers. They were the testing models. They purchased the cup to say, hey, I'm not only am I supporting you, but I'm going to give you the proper feedback that you need on this item, because that's what we do in this circle. We just buy each other stuff and we're just like, oh, this is great. I don't care for this part, but I love this part about it. In that moment, had I become so offended that, you know, I stopped talking to them or shut down and didn't really realize that they were saying, hey, if you're sending these cups out to everybody else, we don't want them to have the same, you know, problem that we have. We'll keep your cup that we just purchased, but, you know, we want to cover you, like you said. Yeah, thank you, Charity Rippey, cover girls. That is so cool. Yes, I love that.
I love it.
You know, Rhonda Rippey, you done said something this morning. The cover girls, yes, the cover girl said, hey, check that out. And make sure that it's intentional that you did that. Right. I did not get offended. In fact, we laughed about it. They said, are we going to use these backwards cups this morning? Well, sure we are. Yes, we're using the backwards cups. We are drinking out of the backwards mugs. I don't care what y'all call them. Go get your mug. It's backwards. We're going to drink out this backwards cup today.
Yes.
So the thing I'm saying is that
complaint. My only complaint is there was no pink. That's how I got yellow. Go ahead. You talking good.
Shots fired.
Yes, we'll have to figure that out. We'll have to figure that one out. But in any case, and I have yellow too, sisters, because they didn't have the right color blue. So I got yellow too.
So I'm winning. That means I'm winning. I'm winning. Team
You're winning. Right. You're winning, sister.
I prefer
But I am saying this to say to those that do have people in your circle and in your lives that really do bring that constant feedback to you, don't be mad. Don't get offended. Don't get upset. You know what? Some things may hurt, you know? Could it have hurt me? I won't say that hurt me, but was I in a panic? A little bit. Was I like in a like, oh my goodness, how do I fix this? A little bit. But what I was able to do was accept the feedback and either say, hey, look, I got to look at this a completely different way because I can't change it, or it's going to be too expensive to change. Or I just say, hey, thank you guys for that feedback. I appreciate it. TK is going to keep it this way. I appreciate your opinion. And guess what? We keep on going on to the next movement of life. Yep. We don't harp on, girl, you know, I didn't get into my inbox with Elena privately or send a message to Chantelle and say, girl, Waynell told me my cup was backwards. And, you know, honestly, we don't have I personally do not have the energy for that. I currently have a unibrow from the pandemic growing. I don't have the energy to talk about a backwards cup. Okay. It's take it or leave it. That's just how we got to be in this time frame. I just want you all to pick our minds up and elevate ourselves from this really low life conversation that we find ourselves in when it comes to people, places, and things that don't really add value to our lives. I am a person who talks about value adding, and that was a value add for me because I was able to communicate my expression to them openly and honestly say, hey, I appreciate that feedback. Waynell, Elena, it's backwards, girl. It's going to have to stay that way because I can't do anything about it at this point. And we're just going to have to change the perspective. Wherever way you hold your cup, you'll be able to read the message. Just think of it like that and be okay.
And be okay.
We moved on.
And be okay. And what the thing I will say I do like about the mug is the messaging. So to our followers out there, on the mug, it says working the dash, coffee and friends make the perfect blend. So the wording goes along with what we're talking about today. And so one thing I'll just
add, if you want your backwards mug, drop us a link, TK. Drop us a link in the chat. They may want the backwards mug.
Drop it in the chat.
If you want to join the cool kids, yeah. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Alana. You about to tell us something good and deep too. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I broke up your flow.
No. You good. I was just gonna say I agree too with having the right people in your life. I think that's even more critical now, like we've been saying with the pandemic. Before the pandemic started and as it was going, I said for me, I felt like the pandemic was a season of exposure. And not necessarily in a bad way, but it was going to expose who was really in your corner, in your circle, all of that stuff. So I completely 5,000% agree that you have to have the right people, the right girlfriends, the right cover girls in your circle and in your space. And I'm so grateful for the pandemic, quite frankly, because it has exposed people and areas of opportunity for me personally, professionally. You guys know my testimony, which I'll share a little bit later. But gotta have the right people around for support. So
I agree. And I'll go back to what I said earlier. Like if I haven't heard from you in the pandemic and your first re-engagement with me right now is what I can do for you.
No.
That ain't happening. That ain't it, sis.
That ain't it.
Brother. That ain't it. So that's where my head is. So
did she throw the word sis out there?
Oh, we went the sis route.
Sis. Sis.
I'm so mad.
So I know we're hitting right an hour. So let me just ask this and we can kind of wrap up because I know some of y'all got plans today. No. I didn't make up my bed, so I'm not really sure what my plan is.
I'm gonna go lay back down. I'm gonna lay back down before I hit the streets.
Okay.
So 2 things. I'm gonna ask you 2 things. If you've had any item that you've run across since we were together last that you want to share, and if you have a goal for we're going into June. So anything that you have focused on June. I'll go first since I just put y'all on the spot. I brought my items with me. Didn't y'all get one of these little bags since we talked last? Huh? Listen, this is my item, y'all.
Wait, what? I can't see it. What was it?
It's just a bag. This is just the shipping bag.
Oh, okay.
But I smell what's in the shipping bag.
Oh.
And I can't live without this living room soap, y'all. This is my thing right now.
Listen.
I know. This live is not all about pumping up TK and working the dash. That's not what this is for. But I need y'all to know I allowed myself to run out and I ordered some from Amazon. I said, oh no, that ain't it right there. So the last time I ordered like 5 or 6 bars because that right there, that is how I start the day. I'm gonna have to hold tight. I'm down to 2 bars. I'm gonna have to order, but this, I don't even know how to explain soap because I'm not a soap maker. I've never investigated soap, but what I know is that from the time I received the package delighted me with the smell in the mail. When I opened it, I was like,
yes.
And even now, like I've had these 2 bars, probably at least 6 or 7 weeks because I ordered so much of it. But I mean, they smell as amazing today as they did when I got them. So, unlike some soaps that may sit and get stale over time, but this is it right here. This is how I'm living. I just wanted to share that. I always try to bring something to share for the month of June. And I was afraid to say this in public. I was because this is big. It just takes so much. But I'm going to try. Y'all already know this. Don't give me the look. You're just waiting on me to say it in front of people. I'm going to try a financial fast in the month of June. I'm going to try. Now, let me say this to defend myself. I do travel a little bit, but I need y'all to know that wherever I pop up, and I may not even tell you where I am, but my trip is already paid for. My lodging is paid for, and I do have to eat. So on this financial fast, things that I agree to are like, I am not going to shop frivolously on Amazon. Mm-hmm. The key word was frivolously because, I had some frivolity this week that showed up. I promised to stay out of this group that Sister Charla Nichols, who's probably not even on this live, but I'm gonna call her out. She's from my church, and she adds me to these groups on Amazon, on Facebook, and they share these codes from Amazon. Sometimes I'm ordering stuff, and I don't even know why I ordered it, except it was a code, and it was 80% off. This week I was looking at baby shoes. I don't even have a baby. But the baby shoes were like $6. And so I started sending the codes. I agree not to be in the Facebook group looking at codes. I agree not to share codes with my friends, making them buy things. And also I am not going to open up those emails from all of my favorite vendors that want me to buy things and they're flash. Not going to do any of that. So if it is not I need to eat. That's a necessity. Amen. I probably could eat less, but whatever it is, food is a necessity. But if I'm just anybody who wants listen, Sister Hall, baby shoes, child. But yes, anybody who needs to get yourself together like me and your finances, I welcome you in the month of June. Oh, wait, there are deals from Twitter as well, Kay. Oh, stop it. See,
that's why that's how I get in trouble. We're not doing that. Yeah.
Kermise is over here trying to get me car riding dirty. But anyway, seriously, like I'm gonna get it together. Dr. Crystal. Yes, baby shoes. No, I was not dreaming of fish, Kermise. I was not. The only fish in my mind this week are that story of Jonah for tomorrow. That's the only fish we're dealing with.
That's
only
it.
Fish this. Oh, and I did have some fried fish yesterday. It was pretty good too. God bless Uber Eats. And I'm not gonna order Uber Eats. That was a good thing.
That's another one.
I will not order Uber Eats in the month of June. What, Chantelle? You looking like this is gonna be hard.
No,
but yeah, this is.
Mm-mm.
Oh, now Rhonda says Rhonda's gonna be checking on me. Somebody better check on me. Just make sure I'm okay and that I'm here for the accountability partners.
Right.
So
y'all that's one thing about us. We are definitely accountability partners.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's why I had to put it out there. I put it out there. All right. So anybody else, any products or any deals?
So I will co-sign on the soap.
Yes.
I have 2 bars left. I don't even know what scents they are because they have my bathroom smelling amazing. They're not even in the shower area. Like I have them in my pantry.
Just air freshener.
And basically, they smell delightful. I shared with Takeitha. I used one on my face. So I have a very specific skincare regime and product that I use. I do not deviate from that at all. That's kind of the bougie side of me. So, amen. But I think it was the eucalyptus one.
Oh, that one.
Ladies, let me tell you, that soap blessed my skin completely. I mean, and I told Takeitha that. I mean, of course, there's certain products that you should use on your face, whatever. But I was sold on the eucalyptus soap. So I'm going to order some more, but I have a couple other fragrances. I think it's vanilla and something else. But anyway, so I co-sign on the soap, not because it's TK, but it is an amazing product. So I wish I had known, I would have brought mine down here. So that's mine. And then my goal for June actually too is the financial fast. I'll share a little small secret. I made a big transition in a couple months prior. And so I'm actually rebounding financially from some home improvement projects. So for me, I too am going to put myself on a financial fast. So I did order my last Amazon purchase yesterday. But I do need a coffee warmer. So Takeitha, I need to know where I can get that from. Praise the Lord. But yeah, so that's my goal for June is to get back on track financially. So the no frivolous spending. Like you, Waynell, I do have a trip next week, actually. I'm going to Scottsdale, Arizona. Praise the Lord. And for some self-care, that was already pre-planned. And so I'm glad I'm going actually, especially because I had the challenge I had this week. I'll tell y'all about that later. But yeah, so those are my 2. So I'll stop talking because I'm just rambling at this point. Praise the Lord.
I have the soaps as well. My favorite is the Sinus Soother. Yeah, order that one. Because here in the Chi, our weather tends to fluctuate. And so going from 80 to 40 yesterday, I need my sinus soother because my nose is like, girl, what are we doing?
Okay. Sinus soother. Let me write that down.
Write it down. Is that right? Is that the right name? Yeah. Okay. But I'm going to insert a slight disclaimer. In June, I will not be joining the financial fast. We are in celebration mode over here. We have a graduate. So
okay.
Yes. So the oldest graduation is next week. So there will be the graduation festivities. We are celebrating his acceptance to Morehouse.
Yes.
So and then prepping for July, I have a little what do we call that? Little milestone birthday.
We call that's the holy month. We call July the holy month, honey. That's what we call it.
It's blessed. It's blessed. So that milestone birthday is in July. So we gonna celebrate on out, because the girl believes in buying herself a very nice gift for her birthday.
Amen.
Yeah. So maybe September.
Okay.
August is anniversary month, so it's a thing.
Listen, I love it.
September. I will join the financial fest with my sisters. After somebody puts me in the group with the discount links.
Right, that part.
So maybe I'm not going to commit yet, but maybe I need to choose 1 month out of each quarter to get it together. Maybe
that's a good
idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
So June is the start of a quarter, and you said you can join in September, so that'll be the next quarter. So you're going to be in the third quarter. Y'all see how stuff happens on this little get together?
I love it.
Yeah, because I got to pay tuition now. So
How
about that?
That
part.
Well, the Lord is going to open the door, and then somebody's going to pay the boys whole way.
Open the door, Lord. Oh, bye.
Whole way.
Hallelujah.
We said ourselves in agreement with that. We agree with that. All right, TK, she's been dropping links and loving on the people in the chat box because they want to know about the
they're asking for the links, and that's awesome. And thank you all so much. See, that's what girlfriends do. But I want to throw the ball back at Chantelle. She has an awesome podcast. I think all of us have a podcast here. So one thing about this group is that we support each other. Chantelle has a podcast, also a wonderful journal book she has out there. You all know Waynell Henson is That Sunday School Girl. So you can go to thatsundayschoolgirl.com and get all of the wonderful products, downloads, everything she has for us to get. And I'm going to just say this. Alana is a human resources professional par excellence. And if you have any questions, have anything you want to now, listen, you all can just call her and just start asking about certain things. She's not going to be able to answer everything human resources related because states are different, laws are different, et cetera, et cetera. But I do just want to give a shout out to my sisters to let you all know that Chantelle, drop your podcast over there as well. Waynell, throw over in there. And let me tell y'all something about Waynell. Waynell also has affiliations with certain companies. And so you can literally put in the code TSSG, That Sunday School Girl, TSSG, and receive percentage off of these wonderful glasses frames that you all see right now. She's gonna put that back in the chat again. I just told her she was. She's gonna put that back in the chat. You can literally go to these companies and receive money off of your products because you are connected to That Sunday School Girl. So I'm literally telling you that we don't compete against one another. We complete each other. There is a complete difference. You complete, you aim to complete. We all understand that and somebody would, if you put my podcast out there, it's Working the Dash with TK, and it's on Spotify. A Time to Bloom on Spotify is Chantelle's. Listen, we all may be doing some of the same things, but nobody can beat you doing what you do the way you do it. Now that just said a whole lot right there. Nobody can beat you doing what you do the way you do it. So just do it the way you do it, and God will bless what you do. So I just want to encourage you all out there. Now, for me, I'm always in the lab spinning some things around. So the girlfriends will probably figure it out here soon because I'll give it to them before I share it with the masses. Because can encourage you all out there. Now, for me, going through some things. I'm always in the lab spinning some things around. I think somebody else's phone is on. Is it mine?
That was me. Sorry.
Oh no, that's fine. But yeah, I just want to encourage everybody as we're coming down, as Waynell said, we're wrapping down. I just want to encourage everybody to do what you do the way you do it and do it your way that God gives it to you. Now, don't be out here in these streets looking at what everybody else is doing and saying you can do that, because you probably can't. I'm just going to be honest with you. Some people have the grace to do certain things, and that's why it comes across as easy to the masses. But trust me, most of this stuff, we've been in the lab a year, 2 years prior to this stuff coming out, and we've gone through testing phases. I mean, I've been wanting a line of cups and a line of soap. I've been wanting that for a long time, but it didn't happen overnight. Great things happen over time, not overnight. So I just want you to be encouraged to do what you have been given to do, and do it your way. And guess what? When you do it the way God gives it to you, it's not hard. It may be challenging, but it's still a passion connected to it. And when that passion is connected by how it is well presented. And I do have to get better. So this is going to be my June challenge. I have to get better at promoting the things that TK has. Otherwise, the things that I've worked so hard for in the lab just sits collecting dust, because I don't know how to promote TK. And my friends get on me all the time. This girlfriends group, they get on me all the time. They say, TK, I can't even believe you don't have a picture out there with yourself drinking out of your mugs. And it's like the Lord gives it to me to share with other people. And you all know I already have a problem, introverted problem. So I'm going to work on that. I promise. So in June, just like, I know it's hard for Waynell to say she's going on a financial fast. It is so hard for me to say that I'm going to do my best in promoting my products more, my books more, my coffee mugs more. Lord,
just agree to one a week. Let's not over it. Just one per week. That's all.
Okay.
One day a week. You just have to make a promotional post.
That's all.
And I'm gonna work on my hair. I'm gonna work on my hair not puffing up in this humidity. I love y'all so much.
And I'm gonna work on getting my hair rebraided. So praise the Lord. It's summertime.
I believe God. Yeah, I think God was in those crochets. I'm almost ready to go back.
Ready to go back.
But I love you all.
This has been amazing.
Amazing.
Thank y'all
so much.
And everybody who joined us. We got all these bonus girlfriends in the chat box, and I mean they hung in here with us. So thank you.
Hey, LaShawn
here. Sister Griffin in Chicago with the 54 degrees. Ron. That at some point with all of this madness list, we're gonna have an official girlfriend in-person meetup. It's happening, y'all.
Yes.
FYI, it's happening. It's happening. So,
yes.
All right. Well, I want y'all to have the most amazing weekend that you can. Great holiday weekend with your family, and just stay safe and continue to enjoy. And I'll see y'all in the chat box.
Okay.
Bye. Everybody have a good weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.